Now, are you over 55 and looking for a podcast that speaks your language? Well, you've come to the right place. Whether you're rocking retirement or still chasing that corner office, Boomers and Beyond is your weekly dose of fun, friendly conversation that's all about things that matter to you. Now, we're going to be diving into lifestyle topics like health and wellness, travel adventures for the young at heart, navigating family dynamics. We're going to talk about adult children too, exploring delicious food options, and of course, finding ways to keep life fun and exciting. Now, each week is going to be like chatting with your best friend over coffee or tea or juice or whatever you prefer. But hey, you won't even have to get out of your pajamas because we're going to be sharing stories and swapping ideas and tips and maybe even sharing a tear or two, but mostly tears of laughter. And guess what? This show is for you. So if there's a topic that you want to discuss, let me know. Leave a comment. Go to delblogger.com when you see this episode hit the blog and let me know what you'd like me to cover in future episodes. So go grab yourself your favorite beverage, settle in, and let's get ready to boom on the Boomers and Beyond with the Delaware Blogger podcast. Hello, hello, and welcome back to Boomers and Beyond. Now, as these days get shorter and the weather turns colder, it can be so tempting to just stay inside until the spring. But staying active during the winter months is crucial, not only to our physical health, but to our mental well-being, especially for those of us who are 55 and over. So on today's episode of Boomers and Beyond, we're going to talk about some fun and effective ways to stay active and to beat those winter blues, no matter your fitness level or your physical abilities. Hello, everyone. It's Antoinette Blake, your host of Boomers and Beyond. And today is episode number 23. We're going to be talking about staying active during the winter. Now, let's start with some simple ways to add more movement into your daily routine, even if you're not a gym enthusiast. And the funny thing is, they opened up a Planet Fitness here down in Smyrna, Delaware, and we were thinking about signing up. And they have a great place. It's not far, but I like being home. And my son and my husband, we have our equipment here in the basement. And then I'm also part of my own health program where I have my yoga mat and some weights and things, just trying to get my body back. But if you like to go out, go for it. But when it's cold, I like to be in. So I'm going to embrace the indoors. That's number one. Now, tip number one, embrace the indoors if you don't like to go out, because winter is a perfect time to rediscover indoor activities. Now, if you like going to gyms or going to like the Y, there's some great senior programs, and they have activities like dancing, yoga, Tai Chi, which is something I'm thinking about as well, even pickleball inside. So check it out. And you know what? It's also a great way to socialize and get moving at the same time. So just bundle up and head out. Tip number 2. Walking. Yep, I know. Hey, it's cold, but don't let the cold weather completely deter you from walking. Get some warm layers and some really good footwear. And again, if you want to be inside, consider going to the mall. You can walk there, and it's usually earlier than when the stores open. It's a safe, climate-controlled environment. And if that's not your thing, just walking around your house throughout the day can make a big difference. And if you have stairs, walking up and down the stairs several times a day is great. Tip number 3, those home workouts. Like I said, you can get those online. You can pull up a YouTube video. There's a lot of free resources. There's free apps. And those apps, all you have to do is search for the different ages and abilities. And they have like chair exercises, even low impact cardio. So check it out. Don't make excuses because those videos are there and a lot of them are absolutely, positively free. My favorite F word is free. Tip number 4, winter sports. Yeah. If you're the adventurous type, try some winter sports. Cross country skiing or snowing, snow shedding or whatever that is, sloughing, low pack activities. They get your heart pumping while you're enjoying the beauty of the season. Ice skating. I haven't been on a pair of ice skates in I don't know how long, and I'm not looking forward to it. But if you got those strong ankles and you got that ability, get out there and have fun. Tip number 5, household chores. Yep, they count. Don't underestimate the power of everyday activities. You can do housework, you can do shoveling snow if you like that. Thankfully we're in we're not in the 55 plus, but we're in a lifestyle plus where we don't have to worry about that. But you can do physical activity by just doing normal chores, bending and moving and stretching, washing clothes, drying clothes, lifting loads, things like that. But make sure that your doctor approves you of doing those things. Now, let's talk about some tips for those of us who may have some physical limitations or health concerns, because not all of us can do, exercises, but we want to keep our mind and our body active. And first thing, tip number 6, to continue on with this, it's very important for you to listen to your body. Pay attention to your body. Do not push yourself too hard, especially if you have concerns like arthritis. And I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician, so this is not, any medical advice, but start slow and then gradually increase what you can do. Do not push yourself. Number 7, this is important. Warm up properly. You got to warm up those muscles before you start any physical activity. And this is crucial because this will prevent any injuries, especially in the colder weather when our muscles are tighter. We want to, warm up, lifting, you can lift cans, you can curl with, a milk container. If it's whatever you have, just kind of get things warmed up, walk around a little bit, stretch, bend. And that's what I like to do first thing in the morning before I sit down to my computer. Do some stretching. I'll ask, my artificial intelligent device, who I'm not going to mention today because she will come on. But while she's giving me the morning news, I am stretching. So think about that. Warm up properly. And here's another tip that I always do. Tip number 8, water. Water works wonders. You have to stay hydrated year round, not just in the summer. You got to drink plenty of water in the winter as well, because dehydration can lead to being tired and fatigued and also having muscle cramps. So sip water throughout the day and start your day with water, whether it's room temperature, cold, warm, hot, I don't care. Just drink that water. And that's what I do first thing in the morning while I'm reading my scriptures and writing in my gratitude journal. I will drink a bottle of water. And speaking of water, tip number 9, why not consider water aerobics, right? Those are great if you have joint issues or mobility issues, because the buoyancy of the water reduces stress on your joints and it gives you the ability to have a much wider range of motion. So if you sign up at the Y or at a gym that has a pool, water aerobics is wonderful. Now, tip number 10 should actually be tip number 1, especially if you have, any major concerns. But if you have any concerns about starting a new exercise program, always talk to your doctor. They can provide personalized recommendations based on your individual needs and health conditions. And I am part of a healthcare program called Hinge. And I signed up with it through my insurance. And they send me tips on different exercises on my phone. I have products that help me with stretching, yoga mat, things like that. So talk to your doctor, check with your insurance company, see what they can provide about, starting a new exercise program. Because you know what? Staying active is just not about physical health. It's also good for your mental health because we hear all the time, winter can be challenging. There's less sunlight, so the days seem shorter. And that can contribute to the winter blues, depression, and anxiety. So, if that's a problem for you, get some sunshine. This is another tip, tip number 11. Get some sunlight every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Sunlight helps to boost our vitamin D levels and it improves our mood. You don't have to go outside, just open up the curtains, sit there in front, look out the window. Sometimes I just love just standing there watching the birds or, just seeing the outside. And that sunshine makes you feel good. Social connections, number 12. Staying connected with friends and family is important for combating feelings of isolation and loneliness. You can plan, social activities, even if it's just a phone call or a video chat. And you guys know I call my aunt in New Rochelle every day. We may not have, long conversations, but we have a conversation every day. It's important not only for me, but for her as well. She's 90 years old and she's got family in New Rochelle, but that conversation just keeps us connected. And last but not least, tip number 13, have some mindful moments. Incorporate mindfulness, meditation, deep breathing, some sort of deep breathing exercises in your daily routine. Why? Because these can help to reduce stress and improve your overall sense of well-being. So that is what I wanted to talk about today on episode number 23. I gave you a baker's dozen of tips, right? A baker's dozen is 13. These are going to help you stay active and healthy throughout the winter months. And remember, every little bit counts. Find activities that you enjoy. Make them a regular part of your routine. But most importantly, listen to your body and have fun. Now, I hope you found this episode helpful. And if you have any questions or tips that you want to share, please connect with me. Leave me a comment. Find me on social media. Let me know what you're doing to keep your mind and your body active. So until the next time, stay warm, stay active, and stay well. See ya. It's the DE Diva, aka the Delaware blogger. Well, folks, that's all we have for you today on Boomers and Beyond with the Delaware blogger. And I hope you enjoyed the conversation and maybe even learned something new. Now, remember, if there's a topic that you'd like me to talk about, don't be shy. Leave a comment on the website. When this podcast episode hits Del Blogger, you'll be able to leave a comment, delblogger.com. And even if you have suggestions, I love that too. Hey, I'm also looking for some fantastic sponsors and collaborators who cater to the amazing 55 plus community. So if you're a business owner, have a business or service, and you think it would be a great fit for the show, send an email to info@ablakeenterprises.com and we'll get in touch real soon. Again, thanks for joining us on this journey, and I'll see you right back here next Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for another exciting episode of Boomers and Beyond with the Delaware blogger. And until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and keep on booming.